To the rest of the galaxy, the Imperium projects an image of absolute order. But look closely at the subterranean world of Ix, and you see that order being violently dismantled. Without warning, Tleilaxu forces are swarming, shattering this technological marvel and its pristine glass cities from the inside out. When the Ixian ambassador begs the imperial court for help, Emperor Elrud responds with calculated bureaucratic stalling. He allows the invaders to claim they are enforcing the Butlerian Jihad, the ancient religious ban on thinking machines, demanding an impossible burden of proof from the Ixians while their planet burns. There is no grand holy war here. Decades ago, Count Dominic Vernius, the ruler of Ix, married the emperor's favorite concubine, Shando. Now, Elrud is allowing the Tleilaxu to slaughter millions of Ixians simply to punish the man who married the woman he once owned.
The highest laws governing thousands of worlds are being twisted into a convenient excuse. The destruction of an entire civilization is serving as a smokescreen to satisfy the long-simmering jealousy of one man. This exact brand of rot infects the nobility elsewhere in the Empire. On the heavily industrialized world of Giedi Prime, Baron Vladimir Harkonnen is preparing his own trap. He has been ordered by the Bene Gesserit sisterhood to sire a second daughter with the Reverend Mother Mohiam, and he intends to make her pay for the indignity. This diagram illustrates how the Baron strips away her primary defense. The Bene Gesserit control their victims using the voice, a highly precise manipulation of vocal tones. But the Baron installs hidden neural scramblers in his quarters. The hardware intercepts specific audio frequencies and distorts them into chaotic white noise before they can reach a target's brain. With Mohiam's voice neutralized, the Baron's mentat strikes her with a high-powered neural stummer. Paralyzed and unable to utilize her physical training, Mohiam is left entirely at the Baron's mercy. He assaults her, utilizing the moment solely to humiliate a powerful figure and assert absolute dominance. The old rulers are shattering the rules of the universe for personal pride. As they indulge their grudges, they create a devastating fallout that the next generation will be forced to survive. Back on Ix, the fallout is accelerating. The Tleilaxu invaders have weaponized the planet's own suboid working class, manipulating them into armed rebellion. Together, they systematically overrun the heavily fortified underground cities, pushing the defending forces into shrinking pockets of resistance. Trapped in a subterranean command center, Count Dominic and Lady Shando monitor their collapsing defenses. They realize the silence from the imperial court is intentional. Elrud is the architect of this slaughter, and no official military aid is coming to save them. Facing total annihilation, the rulers of House Vernius make a drastic choice. They pull together their family's atomic weapons and protective shields, officially declare themselves renegades from the Imperium, and flee into the cosmic void. By abandoning their palace, their wealth, and their noble status, Dominic and Shando turn themselves into high-value targets. They know Imperial assassins and bounty hunters will chase them across the galaxy, which is exactly what they want. It draws the crosshairs away from their children. Hidden in a biological sanctuary, young Leto Atreides and the Vernius heirs, Romber and Kylea, are forced to execute their own escape.
As Tleilaxu shock troops blow through the heavy vault doors, the three teenagers pile into a secret silver Orni ship. To navigate the strict bans on thinking machines, this ship's tutelary system doesn't use independent AI. Instead, it scans the pilot's retinas, biometric data, and neural impulses, anticipating human reflexes at the speed of light to maneuver the craft. Under heavy laser fire, Leto triggers the launch sequence. The Orni ship punches straight upward through the planet's rocky crust, bursting out into blinding daylight and docking safely with the heavily armed Atreides frigates waiting in low orbit. But not everyone escapes. Deep in the smoking ruins of the capital, young Sater Tilru survives the bombing of the banking district. With his family gone and his home occupied by Tleilaxu masters, he scavenges through the ash, vowing to fight a solitary underground guerrilla war. And on Giedi Prime, another quiet rebellion takes shape. Reverend Mother Mohiam lies paralyzed on the cold stone floor, enduring the Baron's assault.
But internally, her mind is fully active. She utilizes her deep training to deliberately alter her own cellular biochemistry. She plants a biological time bomb. She infects the Baron with a customized, incurable neurological disease. It is engineered to slowly destroy his prized, muscular physique, ensuring his metabolism runs wild until he can no longer even stand under his own weight. Every vicious act exacts a toll. Emperor Elrud and Baron Harkonnen set out to crush their enemies, but they have only succeeded in planting the seeds of their own destruction, guaranteeing the cycle of violence will spin outward. Far away from the ash of Ix and the industrial smog of Giedi Prime, the Atreides rescue frigates arrive at the ocean world of Caladan. Here, the air smells of salt and rain, and Castle Caladan stands resolute on the cliffs, a fortress of stability in a fracturing universe. When Leto brings the Vernius heirs home, his mother, Lady Helena, immediately recognizes the political danger. She warns her husband that harboring the children of declared renegades will invite the Emperor's assassins straight to their doorstep. Duke Paulus ignores the political calculus entirely. Count Vernius fought by his side in past wars, forging a blood debt between their families. The Duke treats the asylum of his friend's children as a non-negotiable matter of honor, regardless of the cost. In a galaxy where laws are discarded for petty jealousies, the Duke's decision draws a hard line in the sand. Caladan stands as the singular beacon of honor and sanctuary in an increasingly treacherous Imperium. Caladan's status as sanctuary soon draws another kind of survivor. Following a grueling cross-continental journey, a battered 9-year-old boy arrives at the gates of the Atreides estate. He is exhausted, covered in dirt, and demands an audience with the Duke. This boy is Duncan Idaho. He has stowed away on cargo ships and survived brutal swamps to escape Harkonnen's slave pits. Paulus Atreides recognizes the boy's feral courage immediately and offers him a place in his household. Elrud and Harkonnen believed they were securing their legacies through cruelty. Instead, they have inadvertently driven a displaced prince, a brilliant inventor, and a hardened survivor straight into the arms of House Atreides. On the cliffs of Caladan, the architects of tomorrow's rebellion are finally gathering.